After Donald Trump's speech to the National Guard Association in Detroit, at which Tulsi Gabbard came out and endorsed him, and Trump said you should go to jail for a year if you burn the American flag, just like authoritarian craziness. Fox News and Newsmax had to try to sane wash Trump's speech. So I'm going to play for you what they said as Trump's speech ended, of course, with the Village People music. And we're going to talk about this is a big deal. If every reaction to Trump's speeches were, that was nuts, completely authoritarian, riddled with lies, unimplementable policy ideas, it would be a very different scenario. But here is Newsmax attempting to sane wash that bonkers speech we just saw.
All right. A very focused, I would say energized, at times funny address there from former President Donald J. Trump.
Very focused, energized, and at times funny. Trump rambled incoherently, put the crowd to sleep for minutes at a time, suggested jailing people for the constitutionally protected speech that is burning an American flag, and expressed zero understanding of what's happening in Ukraine. And Newsmax calls the speech very focused, energized, and at times funny. Fox News also sane washing Donald Trump's ranting and raving, acting as if he was consistently sticking to some themes. They're pretending like this is normal.
There you have it. Former President Trump and current GOP candidate for the presidency once again wrapping up his remarks. He was speaking with the National Guard
To even call them remarks is too charitable.
Association in Detroit, hitting three big themes consistently: crime, the economy, and immigration, as the campaign kicks once again into high.
This is insanity. Now, this is just one of the many techniques that partisan media will use. This is interpretive journalism, okay? This is where anchors reframe what you just saw. They make it appear more rational when Trump says absolutely insane stuff, either because he glitches or the substance is nuts. They sort of like write it off as some kind of rhetorical error, but not really representative of the totality of what's going on. Interpretive journalism is one approach to sane washing the words of authoritarians, of incompetents, of cult leaders, etc. Other things that are sometimes done, and Newsmax and Fox News will do it, selective editing, or sometimes don't even cover a story that is disadvantageous to Trump. Distraction tactics, like reinforcing some of the criticism Trump makes. So, for example, they might go, Trump's criticism of these trans issues, men and women's sports, or however, take something from the speech and focus in on it to pretend as though the thing is actually substantive rather than completely and totally insane. Audience perception management is another thing, which is you bring in a focus group or you interview people before and after and sort of create an environment where it seems as though what we are seeing here is normal when it is very much not. And then sometimes there's like a contextualization of the absurd, where the absurd and wacky things that Trump says are given a little context where, Trump will say something insane about crime. We should execute drug dealers after a one-day trial like they do in China. It's like, well, hold on. The reason they do that in China is these are like show trials. It's a kangaroo court. And they could, instead of addressing that, they could go, police chiefs in 7 important towns have agreed with Trump that shoplifting is a problem, or you add context to make the specificity of Trump's insanity abstract in some sense. And these are just some of the techniques that are used. It's getting more and more difficult to do. And when you sit through these endless Trump rallies and you're exhausted, but you still are part of the cult, and then Martha McCallum pops up with a neon orange dress. I mean, just like, it's so produced. And she goes, well, that was a speech about crime. And you go, it looks like news. She's presentable. I see graphics. I guess Trump's speech must have been about 3 major themes instead of a completely insane ranting of a madman who usually talks about Hannibal Lecter and sharks. I guess maybe voting for him is a normal and legitimate thing to do. That's the sane washing challenge that is now facing them. Some of them pull it off better than others. Here's the thing about birthdays. They happen all year, which means there's probably someone you should be buying a gift for right now. Give them something really special with an Aura digital frame, ranked the #1 digital picture frame by Wirecutter. Aura frames are easy to set up, update, and enjoy. Plus, you can preload your Aura frame with photos and gift messages. So if you're giving the frame to someone, your sister, grandma, your mother-in-law, it's personalized for them and comes preloaded with pictures. I did this with the one I gifted my mom. The best part is it comes with unlimited storage. All you need is the free Aura app and a Wi-Fi connection. Upload as many photos and videos as you want. Year round, I've gotten a bunch of Aura frames as gifts for people. I always preload it with the pictures I think the recipient will enjoy, and everyone loves it. My favorite part is I keep adding photos to the frames at their houses remotely from my phone when I travel or take a new picture of the baby or whatever. For a limited time, my audience gets $35 off their best-selling frame. Go to auraframes.com and use the code PACMAN. The link is down below.